We are back. It's raining like crazy outside right now. There's lightning. My neighborhood has been hit by... Wow. Sorry, my laptop's on here. My neighborhood's been hit by lightning like 3 times. What in the world?
Well, you have like...
What's going on?
Why don't you just mute your whole computer?
Why don't you press the mute button?
It's
I can hear myself.
Yeah, it's your phone.
My phone. It's my phone. I'm like, what? What is happening here? It's my phone. Sorry.
Hey, we ain't restarting.
Sorry, everybody.
This is how the sausage
my
is
neighborhood,
made.
literally 3 houses in my neighborhood have been hit by lightning. And we just are having this big lightning. Lightning storms here are crazy.
Well, I'm actually really scared. I generally, on lightning storms, unplug all my equipment. And
Well,
we're doing it live.
The nice thing is...
I don't want anything to lose.
I have a 1-story house and a 2-story neighborhood, so my house is never getting hit.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You look like a person that would have a 1-story house.
A 1-story house. I'm
neighborhood.
I'm a rambler kind of man.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, real quick, everybody, thank you for joining us this week. Everybody that's live here, I actually did want to shout out a couple people. We did get a super chat from the one and only Drew Stanek. Drew Stanek, thank you for that $5 super chat. He says, guys, still listening, diving back into Destiny 2.
All right.
Life is busy. My band, Owl Lounge, are now on iTunes and Spotify.
Oh, wow.
Owl Lounge. Very cool. Drew Stanek, welcome back. RockOnBros. And then we have a first-time live viewer here, Bart Stanley, longtime listener, first-time viewer. Bart, welcome. You can see we have technical difficulties before the show, so you got to be a part of that. That's what it's like. Beast Band, member for 32 months. Thank you very much, Beast. Mr. Beast Brand, the one and only Beast man who we got to play Destiny with this week.
We did a little...
Cross-platform gaming at its finest. He was on the PlayStation.
Well, we were on PC and you were on an Xbox.
I was on an Xbox, yeah. Nick's,
We had all our bases covered.
Yeah.
X21 is here. Captain Obvious, Greg Pagan, Dark Knight. Everybody else, welcome. Andrew Coolin9. Thank you very much for being here and joining us live. Real quick, we do have a Marvel Snap League that some members of the community, Soul Finder, who's here in chat, has started up. I believe Shine's in there as well. I forget who else. There's multiple names.
NK Woe's there.
NK Woa's there. Yeah. I don't want to say... There's one other person that I forget. I apologize. I read it.
And if you want to join the league, I would say just go over to our Discord channel and inside the little go down below, you'll find Marvel Snap.
Marvel
League
Snap
there.
in our forums over there on Discord, and join the Marvel
yeah.
Snap League. Very excited to see how that progresses and where that goes. So super cool. Thank you, Soul Finder. He brought it to our attention. Appreciate that. So let's talk about. What do we want to talk about first? Because we've been playing quite a few games. Halo Season 3 did drop. Let's talk about that first. And Jordan the Man.
Yeah.
You did have a chance to jump in and play it.
It's a lot better than I initially thought it would be.
Yeah.
I mean, we thought it would be like, oh, cool, they're adding a lot of stuff, right? You know, but it's actually really fun. So the new maps, I've gotten to play the 2 new arena maps, Cliffhanger and Chasm. I've yet to play the big team battle map, so I can't review that one. But the 2 new arena maps are fun. The new game mode is fun, Escalation Slayer, which they have as a team mode.
Yeah.
I think they hotfixed that in when they heard me last week. They're like, oh,
I think they did.
Shoot.
They were like, damn it.
They're like, dang it, Jordan got us. We got to put that in real quick. How do we do it? So, no, but what you do is it's not... if you queue into it, I believe they have a free-for-all one as well. But anyway, if you queue into the playlist that they have going on right now, because they have like a Season 3 event going on right now during Season 3, which is kind of some story stuff.
A special event.
Exactly. You can jump in, and it's 4v4, and basically it's team kills, and then your team upgrades the weapon. It's actually really cool how it works. I actually believe this has been in Master Chief Collection, MCC, for a while, and they finally brought it over here, which is really cool. It's a fun game mode. It plays really well on the new maps. The new Cliffhanger map, I think, is fantastic. I like that it's...
Vertical?
No, it's not vertical, but I like outdoor maps. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, I know Halo had outdoor maps, like they had that Oasis, or not Oasis. Is it Oasis? The one with like the Forerunner thing in the middle.
Yeah.
And then they also had like streets and other stuff. But some of their outdoor maps still kind of felt claustrophobic a little bit.
Isn't
You know
Oasis the new map?
Oasis is the new big team battle map, you're right. But you know which one I'm talking about. That the small arena map that had the vehicles on it.
I forget the name.
Yeah, so do I. Anyway, they did have outdoor maps before, like one we're watching now, which is the city map. But it still kind of felt claustrophobic. This one, it feels more open, which I like. I like that outdoor map feel. Like I said, I've yet to play Big Team Battle, so I haven't played that new map yet. But really fun. I like the new equipment, the shroud screen. Every time I see it, though, I think to myself, man, they got to bring back that bubble shield.
Very cool.
Yeah, the bubble shield from Halo 3. They need to bring that back 100% because the shroud screen kind of reminds me of the bubble shield. It is not whatsoever. Like you can get shot well inside it. But it just reminds me of the bubble shield, and I wish they would bring that back. But no, it's a lot of fun. The season pass, it's decent. There's some items I like, some items I'm not a big fan of, but those are always subjective, right?
Yeah, how about content-wise? Is there enough to sustain you through a whole season?
This is a big drop. All they've added, if they can keep to this 3 to 4 month, and this is what they drop every 3 to 4 months, this is where it should have been at launch. This is a live service game, right? There are other things that I think they should do and add, of course. I think everybody would eventually want the goal of being at that Fortnite level of content, you know what I mean? But that's kind of the golden star, the outlier, if you will. But if they can keep this up and keep on, because I think this season is 3 months, what we saw. I think it goes till June. If they can keep this amount of content dropping every season and you have 3 to 4 month season, that puts you in a really good spot.
So this is kind of like this is their restart point for the multiplayer aspect of Halo.
Sure.
Really, technically.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
So it's
Let's go with that.
But what you're saying is this is a good
season. This is
a good first foundation.
This is a very good update, and I was excited to play. I wanted to keep playing, and that's with me. Been playing Destiny this week too. We had a big conversation about that last week, but I've been wanting to play this game. One thing that's really surprised me is, and I even said it last week or the week before, I said I'm not excited for the story because they're going to go nowhere with it. Those were my words. They're actually doing something with the story.
You're eating your words.
Yeah, no. So what they did is the story, it actually continues off of season 2.
Okay.
And you're like, okay, that things are kind of like in my opinion, pointless stuff that happened in season 1 and 2 now have a purpose. It's like, okay, there's multiple cutscenes that you unlock. They have a little event, so they have the regular 100 tier battle pass for season 3, and then they have a little 10 tier battle pass that's going on. I believe they're going to have another one later. The story, it has me interested. It has me thinking like, okay, where are they going to go from here? Where's the story going to go? What are they going to do? Because the story is so good, I think this is the perfect time. Like, you can add different modes to help enhance that story. Like, for example, maybe next season you can add in firefight and have that be a part of the story somehow. You're on the missions in which you can add, or whatever. Like, you can add back Spartan Ops and do it in a better way this time. I mean, like you said, maybe this is the new starting point for them. I would love to see them re-add firefight in a matchmaking capacity. Yeah, I think it would be popular. I really do. I think if you put it in the matchmaking, people will play it.
No,
and then you can have harder difficulties. You can have normal firefight, legendary firefight. You can put achievements with them. You can make it a part of the story. So you have to complete so many firefight missions to unlock the next section of the story. Kind of like how Fortnite does it with their chapter unlocks and stuff, right?
Okay, so you want it to come, but do you think it will come?
I hope it comes. Yeah. I don't know. I really, honestly, Halo Infinite, like development-wise, is still up in the air for me. Because yes, this is a good update. They're going to have another season 4 in a couple months from what they've said, but it's just the development of this game has been so high and low. I don't know what's going. I don't know what to think really with the development aspect. I can only think of what I have with it now. I would love to see Firefight come back. I would love to see Spartan Ops come back, not in the original way Spartan Ops was, but a different version of it, like a true co-op experience, a true Spartan Ops. A true co-op experience is what I'm trying to say. But anyway.
Well, I mean, good news that it's
really fun.
Dropped and you're enjoying it, and it's a good starting point.
The only thing I was going to say is, little criticism here. The Bandit rifle, at least to me, given I've only used it, a couple times, I guess, a few times maybe, it doesn't feel. This is the DMR. It doesn't feel like it has that
power,
that punch.
The power.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like when you're using the battle rifle, you're feeling like it has that punch. I don't know. Maybe I'm just missing my shots.
Well, the DMR we love has that crunchiness to it. It's like the crunch. Crunch.
Maybe a hot take here, but I really enjoyed the DMR in Reach, even though it had like the huge bloom and stuff. But anyway, I really enjoyed the DMR in Reach, and it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, it feels.
Why?
I don't know. It feels.
Well, there's no scope.
So there's no scope on it, but you can still. I think in Halo 5 they called it Smart Link, so we'll call it that. I think you can still Smart Link zoom in, but it has no scope, and it doesn't feel like it has the punch. Like I feel like the Commando. We're watching someone play with the Commando right now. We're watching Mark play with the Commando right now. I feel like the Commando has more punch. It feels like when you're shooting it feels like you're hitting something, whereas I don't feel like and again, I've only used it very minimal so far. And I mean, I wasn't super excited for the DMR. Out of all the weapons they could have added, the DMR wasn't necessarily top on my list. I think right now, Halo Infinite has enough precision weapons. I mean, they got the battle rifle, they got the Commando, they got the pistol. I would count that as a precision weapon. You got the sniper, and then I think you have a couple banished weapons. So you have like the banished laser that is precision. The one that you zoom in. I think it's their version of the sniper. I forget what it's called, but it's the red one. I think there's enough precision in the game. I really would have loved to seen like the brute shot, maybe the spiker, the spiking gun, where they had the knife on the end of it and you'd slap people with it, Yeah.
Mark, is someone beating your son right now?
You want me to go? I can go check on him.
It's no problem. I just realized. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I don't beat my son. I pay people for that.
Yeah. Or even to be honest with you, I even would have maybe seen maybe the SMGs come back.
I'll go check on him, to be honest, because chat is talking about how they can hear him in the podcast.
I think it adds character.
It does. It adds to the show.
It's a family show.
No, but I'm not against the DMR in any way. I just think it would have been cool if you've added a more unique weapon, like a brute shot.
Okay, let me ask you this, because we had this discussion last week, and now you have had the opportunity to play back to back Destiny, Halo. And we did talk about this earlier in the week. Jumping back in, you said on arena shooters, multiplayer, Halo definitely has the edge. No question.
Like Halo feels more arena.
Yeah.
Competitive.
Yeah, most definitely.
I mean,
and I think we even talked about that last week.
Maybe I shouldn't say the word competitive, but it definitely has that arena feel,
Yeah. So let me ask you this though. Jumping back and forth, just gameplay, gun style, thoughts. How do they compare? Granted, I know that they're two different. You're really playing almost the single player campaign or a co-op campaign, really, versus pure multiplayer here. But is there any comparisons to be made here? Is there any that you prefer, or are they just different? Or
I think,
what's the comparison now that you've had a chance back to back here? Because we just discussed that.
I don't know. They're almost both fun for different reasons. Because I think myself and 6 other people in the world actually enjoy Destiny PvP. I do enjoy Destiny PvP. I know a lot of people.
Why do you say that?
Just generally, I think I've just been watching different Destiny YouTubers and Destiny content creators and stuff, and it seems like no one necessarily hates PvP.
Yes, but it's not.
It's the afterthought.
It's not. You know what I mean? PvE is its sweet spot.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's the afterthought, right?
Having said that, I freaking picked up on my Crucible bounties this week.
Yeah. No, I've been enjoying Crucible. I think it's really fun. But it does have a different feel than Halo Infinite, and I think Halo Infinite is, I would say, multiplayer just as fun. You know what I mean? I think...
So you would say Destiny's multiplayer, PvP-wise, is as fun as Halo Infinite, or do you give Halo Infinite the edge?
I think they're definitely different feels.
Sure.
But I think they're equal in their funness.
Oh, wow.
If that makes sense.
I actually thought that you would have said that Halo Infinite multiplayer is more fun.
Well,
then what?
Destiny 2.
I would say
PvP.
100% PvP Halo wins.
See, because Mark is one of the millions of people that... Because I'm one of the 6 people that like Destiny PvP.
Yeah. 100% Halo.
I feel like there's
wins.
some deep-rooted feelings there.
Tough week in the Crucible.
Yeah,
I did have a tough week in the Crucible. Thank you.
Let's talk about it.
The stupid bounties that I have to finish to put me over there to get that power gear. I don't know. I don't know what causes that, but I feel like it's, I don't know. It's maybe it's even nostalgia. I'm so used to the Halo mechanics.
Yeah.
But I have tons of hours in Destiny Crucible 2 or Crucible as well. I don't know. Halo. Halo was more, I would say, balanced.
For multiplayer?
For multiplayer?
Or PvP, rather?
Yeah, because everybody's on the same playing field and you have the same power weapons available to you. There's no advantages, disadvantages.
No supers.
Yeah.
But you can also still have that zany sandbox by adding like fun power weapons to the map, whereas in Destiny, like someone can have a crazy exotic that just tears.
That's what I'm
tears it,
saying. Yeah, there are specific builds for PvP that straight up annihilate people. Unless you are very dedicated to PvP and you have those builds as well. I'm a casual. I gotta say, I'm a casual PvPer in Destiny.
Yeah.
So I don't know all the ins and outs and the specific chest gear that someone's bringing in. Or I know a big gun back in the day was Thorn, which I think is still big in PvP because it does trickle damage, poison. So their shields don't revive as soon. But there are some crazy Destiny builds for PvP that make it imbalanced.
You're right. That build is hard.
Well,
The fact that you can build and you have stats attached to that build versus everybody in Halo PvPs.
To be fair, if I were to put the time in, and I were to make my build, and I would kill people all the time easily because of my build, I would really enjoy it. Well,
I guess, I mean, if I were going back to your question, David, maybe I slightly give PvP to Halo, because, I mean, they're two different experiences, right? But Halo does have more of a sandbox to play with. And I mean that in the respect of they have, and maybe Destiny had this at one point. There's been a lot of stuff that they've added and taken out, but Halo has vehicles, right? Halo has big team battle. They have different types of game modes. Now, yes, Destiny has different type of games modes, but they're very
similar.
Besides like Mayhem, I would say they're like very like Control, Clash, which is team deathmatch, stuff like that. I guess they have Rift and
I have
Mayhem,
this problem with Halo as well, but I hate it when you have a playlist. Well, like I have bounties on Control in Crucible. Okay, I have bounties on Control. The only place I can play Control is in a playlist that has other game modes in it.
Yeah.
So I have to go through trying to pray and hope that I get that game mode. And even when I get it, I it's a challenge. They're challenges, they're bounties for a reason. I have to do specific things within that. So if I don't get it within that game, I have to try to get that game again. I hate dailies and bounties that do that.
Yeah, Halo used to do that, and now they don't.
I know.
Remember they changed it?
Yeah.
Their challenges are much more... Remember their challenges, though? Like you
had to be riding in a warthog and grenade somebody?
You cannot tell me, and I don't mean to bring this up, but you cannot tell me that system was not specifically designed to get you to spend money in that store. Because what kind of player goes, oh yeah, you sit in the passenger seat of a warthog and get grenade kills challenge. I got this one. Like who plays like that?
I know that.
No one does that.
Well, and you needed like 6 kills from that.
Yeah,
too.
it was
you
cannot tell me that system was not specifically designed to get you to buy skips or swaps or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway.
We can talk about Gambit because I guess that is considered. Thank you for bringing that up, Beast. I will say, Destiny's Gambit mode is extremely fun.
Well, because it's not PvP, it's PvE, VPP.
I do think there can be some tweaks though. I feel
agree.
I feel like
it's not a perfect game mode.
I feel like at the end, I don't know how you would fix this though, because it's kind of like it's a good and bad. I feel like the way you play the mode is you basically kill NPCs until you get enough collections, motes is what they call them, to spawn the boss, and then you kill the boss, and whoever kills the boss first wins.
Yep.
During this, you can jump back and forth between worlds and kill the other team, and if you kill the other team, it slows them down, blah, 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 right? When you get to the boss phase, if you go into if you invade the other team's world and kill them, their boss heals.
Right? Yes.
I feel like though it's almost too much because it seems like there's constantly an invader during that phase. You know what I mean? And it almost takes the fun. I don't know.
Well,
I'm not saying I have a fix for it or a solution, because there was times where we invaded and we actually ended up winning the game because we killed them and it healed their boss and we were able to get ours down. So it's kind of a push-pull.
I don't know if this is the case, but it feels as though once you get the boss down to a certain bar and then they heal back up,
it goes down quicker.
Their health pool is still lower because
the
same bullets do more damage. Mm-hmm. So over time, the boss dies quicker. So I think it's kind of solved under the hood in that way.
Maybe what I was thinking about it this week, and this may be a dumb thought, but what if they reversed it? What if you went in during the boss phase and you killed a player, your boss lost health?
Oh,
And that would actually, I think that would incentivize more PvP in that mode.
I agree. That might be.
And now I'm not saying it takes a whole bar out, but maybe just a slight, a little chunk,
slight oomph.
a slight oomph. Yeah,
or it gives your boss a debuff.
Let's say, how about? So he takes more damage.
He takes 20%
there
more
you go.
damage.
And that debuff stacks for every kill you get. So if you get a kill of 4, it's a 50% increase or something.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think
I think we just solved it.
I don't know, man. I mean, there's probably Destiny players out there that have been playing since day one that are like, what an idiot.
That are like, yeah, I got the crucible.
Yeah, we
build of
tried
the
that.
gods. And I'm the one
Regardless-
who's destroying spicy.
Regardless, it is good to hear that Halo Season 3 gets your seal of approval. Let's see if they can continue this.
Yeah, this is good momentum to have. Again, I mean, I say this every week. I really, really think, and I don't think it's that hard for them. I think they should put the community playlist on a weekly rotation, and they should 100% put Art's Room in there. I'm going to say that every week until they do it.
Arts Room. Community playlist. Do it now.
So watch is probably already in there.
And someone's gonna
tell me about it.
Come tell us how wrong we are. Let's talk about Game Pass, because Game Pass, we got a lot of news happened this week in the world of Xbox, but we did find out additional games coming to Game Pass, and some of them are already here for the month of March. Now, March was already huge with Game Pass. Big titles. We have Major League Baseball coming this month. But both Dead Spaces, or Dead Space 2 rather, and Dead Space 3 coming to Game Pass. We've got Civilization 6.
Ooh, nice
announced
one.
Game Pass
Yeah.
for console and PC. Now that is not yet out. That one doesn't drop until March 16th, so next week. Stay tuned for that, but that's huge. Maybe the best turn-based strategy game of all time on Game Pass. That alone, I think, is worth the value. You got Guilty Gear, Valheim.
Valheim was
will be a
fun.
one.
Yeah, coming to console on Game Pass. Now, this one drops right
We'll have
before
to,
Civilization on March 14th.
We'll have to spin the servers back up.
And then the one and only Ni no Kuni is here, coming to console on March 21st. Those are big boy titles. All on Game Pass. Now,
Although, I'm going to say something.
say it.
It might be another hot take. I feel like everybody who would play Civilization has already bought it. You know what I mean?
When
It's
I
a
saw
very-
it,
it's a very
when I saw it, it
specific
is this
game.
like I'm very excited for Game Pass, but then I was like, oh shit, I already bought it.
Yeah, well, I feel like Civilization is it's a very specific type of game, you know?
Yeah.
But it's
It
fun.
is.
Look, if I think there will be people that try it on Game Pass, and I think you should. If it's not for you, it's not for you, but it is a fun game.
Yeah, can we talk Valheim though? Because you guys in particular dove deep on Valheim.
Yeah, they actually have a couple updates that we've not played yet that have added more. We I don't know if you can call it beating the game, but we got to a point in the game where we couldn't really progress.
Now, what for those that may not know what Valheim is? Let's do
awesome
a
is what it
recap
is.
of it real quick. What is Valheim, and why should players be excited for this coming to Game Pass?
So Valheim is a game where it's basically Minecraft, but you're a Viking. And instead of like finding certain materials to like upgrade to certain weapons and certain
I'd say
milestones,
it's more like Rust.
Yeah,
to be
Rust.
honest.
Yeah. Less hardcore though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can upgrade to a certain point, but then you're kind of locked. And how you kind of progress to the next stage is you actually have to figure out how to summon a boss and then defeat that boss, and then he'll give you like, I think one boss gave us the silver key, which then we could unlock mines and go and mine different
And that's where
ores.
we find iron.
Yeah, and
from
stuff like
there
that.
on.
And the one thing that always gets me about Valheim is somehow, and I don't know how they do this, the game is both graphically ugly and beautiful at the same time. You know, like if you've ever played Valheim, you know what I mean, because you're kind of like, it's kind of a weird style that
It's like for instance,
oddly
right now, like,
enjoy.
the water looks good, and the rain is this atmospheric feel, but the character is hideous.
It's like this weird. And then when you like look up into the sky, it's like, well, that's pretty, but it's this odd
They're all
art style that
stupid
just
and-
connects with me.
Bart Stanley in chat says, "You had me at Viking Minecraft."
Yeah,
That's what it is. It's very fun. The boss aspect for progression makes it really fun. Because boss fights are,
Fun.
when you first fight them, they're challenging, and you get stronger and stronger and stronger, and your character grows in abilities and strength and stuff, and then this game also, when you beat the boss, you get special abilities that you can like harvest more wood and stuff like that. it has a building aspect as well. I remember my base being the best out of all of ours because it was just so cool.
2 times I jumped in, I just went and wrote curse words on everybody's bases. It was great.
I remember that. That was funny.
Great. So this game, by the way, has been on Game Pass for PC. This is just now coming this month to console Game Pass.
Well, it was on early release on PC.
Yeah, but it also was on Game Pass for
I still
PC
believe
already.
it's in game preview on.
It still is, yes. Correct.
On
now, I wonder, you guys had a private server that you had set up. I wonder if that functionality will come to console as well.
I believe
I would
it would
assume.
because how the game works is you type in a seed and that's your world seed. So we basically got
I see. My bad. I thought you guys had rented a server.
No, we did. But how it works is we have a seed, and that's a very. Is that how it worked?
Yeah,
we had
so
the seed, and then we logged into that
It
specific.
randomly generates a seed, but you can share that seed with other people, and the world will be the same with other people as well.
I see.
So,
Well,
but,
actually-
but you can play it locally. But we played it. We purchased a server.
yeah.
And it wasn't in the game. We actually had it's a third-party server software that you would do, and then you would punch in the IP address when you were loading your game. So you could choose local or you could choose online, and then you would actually punch in the IP.
Yeah,
address
and it
of
was
the
actually
server.
a terrible system where you had to type it in every single time.
It's
Like
true.
they didn't have like a favorite.
I got really good at copy and paste.
192.168.5. You just know it, right?
Yeah.
So if they still have that interface on the Xbox, then I believe we could host a server
Fire
again
up
and
the
just
server.
have everybody jump in and maybe just swap between Minecraft server and Valheim server.
Yeah.
And then when V Rising comes to console, we'll do that one as well.
Yeah.
There was a span of games where we had a lot of servers because they just kept coming out
and
one after
all
another,
like
and
the
they were all
style.
like really fun games.
This style of game is really, really addicting and fun.
So
to
if
play.
you've ever heard a game called V Rising, it's basically this, but Diablo
Vampires.
camera and vampires. Isometric.
I mean, regardless, this just proves again the value of Game Pass, and it's why Game Pass is the future. Anybody that doesn't think that is wrong, and
I don't think people don't think that. I just think people don't know about it.
yeah, that's true. No, I agree with that.
Yeah, because I mean, you're telling me for the price of 2 games, I can get 300
Yeah,
for the rest of the year.
yeah, that's true. It's truth. Now let's talk about something that we've been waiting for. Starfield. It did get delayed again, technically. But it also came with a date announcement.
Yeah, it got delayed with an actual release date.
Yeah, so this is it, I think. It doesn't feel like there's going to be another delay. They dropped a video. Starfield, September 6th, 2023 is dropping. And the Starfield Direct, which we've been waiting for, this is the standalone Starfield preview, is coming June 11th after the Xbox Summer Show.
Yeah.
So it will be by itself after everything. A couple points here that I'd like to make. Now, in the trailer, the date reveal trailer, excuse me, they didn't show us anything new. But Todd Howard did come on and just say that there's so much more left to show you guys, and that's what we're going to show you. He did say it does have mechanics that you've come to love from like a Fallout or Skyrim, the Bethesda feel, but there's also a lot of new unique things, and that's what they're going to show off during the Starfield Direct that's coming on June 11th.
At one point, he was like, "See this guy behind me? He was in the Oblivion video too. Remember this guy? Remember this
He's
guy?
still sitting on that couch.
He's been on that couch for 15 years.
15 years. Here's what I would like to say. I think, because I've been, you know me, it's like, oh man, is this going to be what we hope it's going to be? I think it is, number one, and I haven't felt that way until right now, till this week when this announced. And it shows to me the way it's being marketed, the way that Xbox is having it stand alone outside of the crowd, the release date pushed back to September 6th. They're all in on this game. And I think this game, they think is a console seller or a subscription seller. This is an Xbox ecosystem seller of a game.
Yeah, I think so. So
anyways,
I think they're putting all their marbles in one basket on this one.
Well, that's what they generally do all the time.
This is their marquee title for the year, right?
Yeah, it definitely has. He's that part in the video. Spicy that you're talking about.
The way he's just sitting on
Now,
the
what
couch.
makes me laugh in this video, can we rewind, actually? So, for those of you listening, there's a part in this where Todd Howard is at the Bethesda Studios, and he's talking, which looks like the main lobby, basically. And he's talking about stuff. And what cracks me up is if rewind a little bit further, the crowd at the other couches at the back, I would be willing to bet it's 1,000% staged.
Oh, no, 100%. Yeah, what are you talking about?
No. So the couch, I don't mind. That's just playing the game. Of course it is. But further back.
Oh, where you have the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now watch. Yeah, press play and watch this lady. Let me talk with my hands. Oh, yes, talk with my hands. Okay, goodbye, guys. Now let me
Well,
continue.
even the guys
Now
very
let me continue
talking-
to talk with my hands. Like,
I can tell you as a person that makes these videos for a lot of companies, it's staged.
Like
Yeah.
those guys were told, "Hey, walk to the. Here's your mark."
no, those guys aren't staged. I
no,
don't
no.
think.
Here's your mark. You walk
Yeah.
to this point, and then you just start talking.
Yeah, but that, like, to me, that was it's like.
Kind of looks like a break room or something.
Oh, I think that's like the main lobby. Which, by the way, look how much.
Well, no,
You can tell they have a lot more money
over there.
You can tell they have a lot
You can
more
tell
money
they
now.
have- yeah.
When you look at their old studio space,
I mean, those lights alone.
It's like dark and dank. No, I mean, look at this. They got a theater
Yeah, I
room.
got a theater room for conferences.
Dude, just like the lighting in that room, though.
Yeah.
Those are like high-end
Well-
modern lights.
And the fact that, like, I'm going to pause it. Usually, when you have a camera filming a TV screen, you have, like, artifacting, you have, like, some hertz problems and stuff like this. The fact that TV is, like, perfectly matched with the
Perfect.
camera, yeah, it looks all super good. That's not put on later. That's actually there.
You don't think they added that
lined
later?
it up. They lined
No,
it up.
this is like, that's good. They use good gear. They have money as well.
Well, if you notice, I think they're trying to show off, like, they're just giving you a little
That is
game.
You know what I'm gonna do?
What they're
I'm
doing is they're like, we need to show it's
he
done.
He just went into the Fallout menu where you have the plus menu that they always have. Oh, there's a little customization.
Look at
That's
that
a
monster.
big
That's a
monster.
big mouth.
I could totally take this footage and put like whatever I want on the screen. That would be so funny.
Yes.
Have
let's
more
do
people
it.
walk by.
Let's do it.
That's really
do it.
funny, actually.
No, I'm really excited for this. I'm excited for the standalone direct. Nintendo does this when they have a big game coming out each year, and I think even Sony did it once too. But I'm excited for the. I think people will watch for Xbox, but I think people are going to watch this.
I agree.
This is the big title.
Well,
for the
I
year.
think though the thing to expect on the Xbox showcase without Starfield, and we'll probably see some Starfield, but the Starfield showcase we're going to see everything. I think we're going to get one or two titles.
little surprise
think
titles.
of Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush
I think
2.
we're going to get one of those.
Maybe Hi-Fi Rush 2.
Hi-Fi Rush is really good, guys.
Hi-Fi Rush
Sometimes
DLC.
I lay in
maybe.
bed at night thinking about that game. It's that good.
I would like to see.
Do you think they're? I mean, but how long is a development cycle for a game like that? Like, would you already see stuff for Hi-Fi Rush 2?
Well, even but
I'm
what
sure
I'm saying
it's
is,
concept,
I'm
right?
saying if it's not dropped, and I'm not saying the Hi-Fi Rush 2, but I'm saying a surprise title that we don't know about
Oh, gotcha.
that we're like, whoa. And
I was gonna say Hi-Fi Rush just released.
what if they've already planned it out? They have like 5 of them done,
Yeah.
which would actually be really smart. Real quick, I do want to shout out Super Shocker. He gifted
really stupid.
5 X1Bros memberships.
right,
Huge thank you to Super Shocker, and congratulations if you got one of those memberships. To get one, come be in chat. When people gift them, you may get one. Join us live, youtube.com/X1Bros. There was a lot this week. There's a Capcom showcase today. A few days ago, there was a Paradox Interactive, one of my favorite developers
With
slash publishers.
City Skylines.
Yes, City Skylines 2, baby. When did City Skylines drop? Like 2013, 2014, 2015? It dropped
while
a
ago.
while ago.
Well, it was after the
after
utter
the
failure of
SimCity.
SimCity.
And we mean utter failure.
Well,
Utter.
this game basically exists because
Well,
of the
and
failure.
there was a lot of problems. Was like SimCity was like they were failing, and they were there was a lot going on.
They were
with
failing and lying about failing.
it. And then they were pushing.
They were like
Well,
saying,
it's
"Oh, we're fixing it." No,
well,
you're not.
Yeah, well, what they would do is
Come
they
to
would
find
be
out,
like,
we decided to just let this die.
and they were like super like, hey man, I'm all for keeping the environment clean, but SimCity was failing at a game and trying to sell me a Nissan Leaf at the same time.
That was their big.
Like, it was
yeah,
like, guys,
On the loading screen.
well, no, there was a Nissan Leaf like DLC.
Yeah.
hey guys, we know nothing works, but if you get the Nissan Leaf DLC,
Now you can be environmentally friendly in our Nothing Works city. Yeah. Well, the concept was interesting. But cities don't
didn't.
actually work like that, where like one city can be has to be specialized for living, and then one city is specialized for working.
Yeah, they made it.
And I don't feel like they balanced. Speaking of like the
Well, they never
whole-
worked. They never interacted.
And because they were really hardcore on the Nissan Leaf, I don't think
industry
they
was
didn't
like-
really balance industry and like energy or industry and pollution. Because like in the old SimCities, like big industry gave off pollution, but they gave you benefits. And then
It's
there was
pure,
always-
like it was again it
was
a
always
It
reward,
was a push
benefit,
pull,
reward,
right?
yeah.
It was a push because you didn't want pollution, but you needed some industry, and you wanted like the electric grid, but you need like it was a push pull, right? Like you had to balance it. And that's what it was fun. It was a city simulator.
They
This one-
definitely leaned into environmentally.
well, my problem though, remember they tried to
balancing.
like forced you into multiplayer that never worked. So in theory, our
Yeah,
cities could
with
be
a
next,
Nissan Leaf.
Our cities could be next to each other, and it was just broken. Like you couldn't.
Yeah.
Well, you would hit a point where you no longer got visitors into your cities.
you couldn't progress the game,
Which is-
because
I would-
the game was reliant on the connectivity of other areas, and that connectivity never worked.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
made it
look
so
at this
the
though.
game
Can
is
I
broken.
look at that shot? Oh, so this is
going
what
for,
they're
like, a
touting.
New York-
Cities-
a
this is
A
what
New
they're-
York vibe.
Yeah, now we didn't see any gameplay to City Skylines 2. It's just an announcement trailer. It is coming 2023, but they are saying it's the most realistic looking City Skylines ever, which, well, of course it is. It's number 2. but
There's not much out there.
being able to take advantage of the new hardware, I think we're going to get something that's
Well, and look,
gorgeous.
they've already PS5, Xbox, so it's coming. I'm hopefully day one on the consoles, which will be really cool.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and finally, so there won't be a difference because the problem with City Skylines is the PC version was infinitely better. Like it wasn't even the same game for a while.
Yeah.
There was an Xbox version of City Skylines, which was terrible.
That wasn't terrible.
In
Come on.
comparison, once you went
Because you
over
didn't
to
have
the,
access to the same mods.
once you went over to the PC,
No, just like control.
but even like
I think you're talking,
everything.
right?
Once you went over to the PC, it was like, oh, look, I can do stuff.
Yeah, but I think that has more to do with roundabout. Yes.
Traffic.
Sorry. Yeah. I think that has more to do
Just Jordan's
with
slums. Those guys are locked in. If that's Jordan's world,
They are.
behind a wall. Sorry, go ahead.
with the precision of a mouse in a style of game like this. Like
No,
I
no.
feel-
At the time, remember there was like a special edition Xbox version. Xbox.
Well, no,
One
no,
version.
remember
and I
you
played that. I played that version.
You were playing on the PC, and they gave you a different version than the
Yeah,
Steam.
and they weren't the same version, and the PC version was just
Yes.
but it even had more features.
No, but what you're saying is, I see the confusion here.
Yeah.
David was playing on Game Pass for PC, so he was playing on the computer.
Yeah, so you can't. It doesn't
But
talk to each
that
other.
version of the game was different from if you were to download it from Steam. They had like a different control scheme.
Well, no,
and that's what was.
Yeah, that was after the fact.
Yeah. Which is also
stupid.
yeah.
which they've rectified now, like the new
Well,
things. But
I remember that they didn't have the full power of the Xbox at their,
yeah,
so you couldn't fast forward.
it was just a crappy port.
Well,
Hey,
I
fair enough.
It was
I gotta
fun.
say,
No, it was fun.
I did pretty good with because I'm a Excel spreadsheet gamer. I spent a lot of time develop tactics.
The
to
old
make
grid system, huh?
The grid city flawless. I counted the things out. It was 14 by this way, 12 by this way.
How many roundabouts did you
Because,
have?
I can't remember.
At a certain point, that's all you had, right?
Yeah,
Because it was the most efficient way.
And you
to-
had to do the roundabouts in a very specific way because we didn't have mods.
You had to roundabout the roundabout.
Well, you had to put a very specific size road, and that way you could make it so all the people ran red lights.
That's
so there's no
hilarious.
traffic.
So there's no traffic. Yeah.
I would like to recreate this time around in City Skylines 2, Winnemucca, Nevada. It's middle of nowhere. Why not?
I've never even heard of that place. What
It's
is that
halfway
place?
between here and
Probably
San
where they
Francisco.
like test nuclear bombs and stuff like.
Yeah, it's middle of nowhere.
It was the original Area 51, and then they
Dude,
moved.
I'm really excited for the graphical updates here. I'm excited.
So somebody says I live there in chat.
Bart lives there? Yes. Winnemucca. No, I know Winnemucca because it's the halfway point.
It is.
Yep.
I've
From here to Northern California.
broken down on Wells, Nevada like 15 times.
That's funny.
That's real funny, right?
What is that, an hour outside of Tooele?
No, it's past Wendover.
Yeah. Oh, an hour from Wendover about?
So it's like an hour from Wendover. It's literally in the middle of nowhere. There's a Jiffy Lube there.
Is it?
And I believe like a McDonald's. I think they got 2 stores.
My experience at McDonald's lately, It's not been good.
Subpar.
Subpar, yeah. Sorry. It's just not up to snuff with the service and quality that I expect from a McDonald's. It really has been. Our local McDonald's, I actually got mad.
I
refused to go back to our local McDonald's.
I feel kind of bad saying this, but this is how bad our local McDonald's has gotten. They're like testing out just moving completely to like robots.
Yeah.
And
McDonald's is?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Like our McDonald's is that bad.
Yeah, which
Like,
is funny because
it's sad to say because like
10
people
minutes down the road, one freeway exit down, that McDonald's
It's fine.
is fine.
Yeah.
It's
I like
primo.
it. I don't want them to change to robots. The one over here, I think they need the robots.
It's terrible. Like, it's beyond bad.
Yeah.
Well, that's a shame. I
The
don't
other-
know what to say.
The other thing is I went to Wendy's the other day, too.
Bart says all of Nevada is the middle of nowhere.
That's very true.
Even
Nevada is
even
in
if
the
you
middle.
think of like Las Vegas, it kind of is in the middle of nowhere.
I don't even
Yeah,
know
totally.
how. I don't know how Las Vegas was like settled.
Was it a watering hole or something?
There's no water there. Where do they get their
No,
water?
there's a lake right next
Yeah,
to...
Lake Mead, which they found a bunch of dead bodies in and now has no water.
In containers from the mafia.
in containers.
Did you know that?
Every time, because
What?
Lake Mead has sunk down a lot
Because
lately,
the drought.
and
it's
as,
probably back up this year with all the rain and snow, but...
as the water went down,
They
they were
found
just like,
bodies.
"Oh, there's a body."
Well, but in containers.
Yeah,
And that's the water they drink.
isn't that the water that powers like California and
Yeah, it's kind of
Nevada
Los
and
Angeles, Los Angeles,
yeah.
I think. Anyways,
It really is in the middle of nowhere, though.
City Skylines. There's another game coming out from the Paradox Interactive announced that Lumineers.
The Illuminati, I believe, is the term that you're looking for.
It's turn-based puzzle-solving strategy. It looks
What's this
interesting.
called? I'll pull it
A
up.
new IP.
Illuminati.
I actually think if you go
The
to
Illuminati. Okay, I'll look that up real quick.
Oh, here I can tell you what it is. Here. Real quick.
Lumineers.
No, it's not Lumineers. I'll tell you in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know what.
No longer
That's a
being
band.
advertised.
Apparently, that's a band.
No. Type it if you go to the Xbox channel on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's there.
Okay, I'm there.
Okay,
I'm scrolling down.
Right there.
scrolling-
Right. Nope, that's not it.
What game are you talking about?
I'm looking.
are you
I'm
just like
looking
making
for it.
up a game?
Did you,
No.
did you dream about this game?
No.
Okay, well,
The Lamplighters League?
so David dreamed up a game that's going to be really cool. It's a
The
puzzler.
Lamplighters League.
That's what I just said right there. Yeah.
The Lamplighters League. One down. There it is. So it's turn-based strategy,
I like turn based.
adventure, action type of game. Looks interesting. It's new IP coming from Paradox Interactive.
I like Paradox Interactive.
Yeah, they make good games, especially strategy games. Hey, when does Company of Heroes come out? I thought I saw something on Twitter today, them talking about. Can you look that up for me, Mark?
Yeah, I mean,
I'll,
might as
I'll
well
look it
do
up right now.
everything.
Wait, I'll look it up right now.
But David will do it. Yeah, yeah. The new Company of Heroes coming to console. When is that coming out?
February 23rd. It's already out.
Yeah, but is it on console?
Console release date. Yeah, we need to jump into that. February 23rd.
I've never won a multiplayer game of Company of Heroes.
February 23rd.
That's why we got.
It's already here.
Yeah, that's why we.
Oh, August, I think, for console. Yeah, this is just the initial release date.
Oh, okay. So August for console. Well, we can still play on the.
It just
PC.
says in 2023, actually, on Xbox.com. Anyways, check this thing out. Like, it's got humor.
I'm looking at like a cutscene though. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
wait till it goes to gameplay. It'll flash.
skip
the gameplay.
ahead.
It'll flash the
It's only
gameplay.
a minute long. There's a title screen.
No. It's past the title screen. There's gameplay.
Oh,
It looks a little fun.
It looks cool. I'm not gonna lie.
It does.
It looks cool. If you could hear the sound, you'd be like, "Oh."
You'd
Think
be
of-
like, hey man,
I
just
could
from
turn
the
the sound
just from
on.
the sound.
Think of Nathan Drake turn-based strategy or Indiana Jones
you want me
That's
to turn the
basically what
sound
Nathan
on?
Drake is.
plus Divinity
I
Original
won't turn
Sin
the sound
Plus Divinity, Nathan Drake and Divinity Original Sin
combined
in one
for
game.
the ultimate.
The lamplight. I like the
gaming.
style too. The art style.
Yeah, look. Oh, super cool. Oh yeah,
A little bit of XCOM in there.
yeah. A little map action.
So,
I think all
yeah.
these games are based on X.
Yeah.
Everybody tries to be XCOM.
Soulfinder in chat is also saying August for console. So.
Yeah, August for console.
Yeah, Company of Heroes. I didn't realize 3 was out on the PC. Should we just get that and add it to the old repertoire?
The repertoire. I don't have time right now for that. I don't have time for that shit.
Well, don't worry. We're gonna play like 9 games.
We don't have time for that.
We're gonna play we'll play like 9 rounds and lose them all and just not play
I'm
again.
in on Destiny, which finally. So last year I played very little video games. My life is just so busy, and this year it has been my goal to set aside time to play games, and it's been great for my mental health. It's been great for my relaxation, and I've been making time every night to jump in, do some dailies, do some action-packed stuff. You want to know what I think Destiny 2 does really well, where I don't feel behind? Sometimes, because in these type of games,
I feel behind.
but I mean, like, if you don't play as much as your friends, you're left behind. They balance it well to where I don't feel like I have to keep up with you guys, because we can still play together and it's enjoyable. And I mean, Gambit is a ton of fun.
How the game works is you're always behind, regardless of where you are.
That's the
Everybody,
game mechanic. Yeah,
even the people that played 15 hours a day, they're behind.
yeah. I would say the most overwhelming aspect in jumping back in is learning all of the new systems.
Yeah.
That, granted, if you played recently, you don't have to learn all these. But I haven't played since 2019. So they are all new to me. There's a lot of new stuff there. It's been very good. The other thing, if you're worried about story, you don't need to be worried about story. That was one of the things I was really wanting to get into the lore. It's basically standalone,
and
in all reality, and that.
And to be fair, this is one of those campaigns where you're kind of in the exact same spot at the end as you were at the beginning.
That's true.
So not saying it's like terrible, but if I were to choose between like what was the better story, this or the Witch Queen, I think the Witch Queen was a bit better. Given I'm still trying to learn more about the lore, so maybe there was some stuff I missed.
Well, so I'm really diving in deep on the lore just because it just interests me.
It is a fascinating world.
But having said that, as I dive in, going through this story, because you're in a new place, there are new mechanics being introduced to you. There is some old, returning bad guys, but you don't need to know that in order to enjoy this. So,
Well, and Jordan, to be fair, mild spoilers, I guess, before I say anything. Okay?
Go ahead. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
going. So there's a point when the good guys lose, in a way, and everyone's like, meh, we're good. I'm sad, but we're good.
Oh,
sad,
yeah.
but,
Yeah. And then like...
They're like, it sucks, but oh well.
Yeah.
But the same
everybody's like, nah.
The same thing happened in like one of the first campaigns that I played, and everyone was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, everybody like ran to their own planets, and
they're
like,
you
they
had
were
to go
like
track 'em
freaking
down.
out.
You had to track them down and convince them that things are. Now it's like,
yeah, we've been there before.
yeah. Well,
What else is
you
new?
know what? He like I see Zavala eating a Snickers. We'll be fine.
I've heard a lot of criticism from like the big lore people in the Destiny community. Basically, it seems like the general consensus is this seems to be a filler expansion for the next expansion.
I will say, the trailer is better than what I've experienced in the campaign so far. And I have two campaign levels left, or one campaign.
That's strictly like story. The gameplay and like even the new area, Neomuna, like I actually think are all really fun. You know what I mean? Like the game itself is super fun.
And I really like their map design
Yeah.
a lot. Like a lot of the stuff that I've missed out on over the years, they are like when you go into like the Vex Matrix,
The internet.
when you go into the future internet,
I call it the internet.
it is actually super cool. And what's cool about it is they can create their own arenas. Like this week, we did a mission to get a legendary glaive.
That was really fun.
And you go, it's at the beginning, it's slightly kind of like a puzzle, but then you go in and have an awesome boss fight in an arena that doesn't exist anywhere else. But it's basically just like a Halo arena, what is that game? Breakout? It reminded me of like
that style.
That Breakout from Halo 5. But I'm sure it didn't take long to put that together. They didn't have to do any like putting stuff here where there's like a shelf and books, all things, and that they didn't have to like populate it with anything except blocks that look like Tron.
Yeah.
And so they can
the internet.
They can pump out arenas like this and they're very, very fun. So I'm trying to say that was
a fun quest. No, the gameplay is super fun. And in chat, asking if you can still play the Witch Queen. Yeah, I think you can.
That's one of the ones. Yes,
that's one of the ones. Yeah. So
very cool. Anyways, That does us for this week, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. It's a big week. A big week. We do. On that note, we do have a Destiny clan going on right now. Don't forget also Marvel Snap League. If you'd like to join in, head over to our Discord. X1Bros is the Destiny 2 clan.
Yeah.
We purged it, so there are spots open still, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So come join us. Get that clan XP, baby. Get that clan XP. Build it up. It's active again.
Yeah, and you can get the clan XP and then go talk to the Hawk Lady. Talk to the Hawk Lady at the tower.
Yeah.
And you get like special clan stuff.
Well, what's so fun is like, remember when we all played Destiny 1 pretty heavily because it was kind of the only game around for a while. And then I think we played Destiny 2 because we played all the way through King's Fall, and then we even did Rise of Iron a little bit. Then we played Destiny 2 base game, and then that's where we all started to fall off. I think we came back for here and there expansions, right? But it's kind of fun, like rediscovering the world. And I feel like all the changes they've made since I played last it's been fun. It's been just fun build crafting.
Like when you break up, it's like when you break up with someone because you have to move away or you go to a different high school. Then you meet them again in college, and you're like,
hey.
Whoa.
I had that happen like every week.
Yeah, it happened to me a few times, twice in Spanish. It was like, whoa.
Oh yeah. Or should I end the show?
That's it. I have to pee. So have a good one, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Now you have like 18 seconds.
Well, I can't wait. I have to
All right.
Gotta pee right now. Everybody, thanks for joining us. Don't forget there's a Marvel Snap League going on right now in Discord. Also join we just talked about it, Destiny stuff. Come check out Discord. There's a lot of cool discussions that go on, a lot of people you can meet. Love you guys. Thanks for joining us.
See ya.
We'll catch you
Thanks.
next.
I'm walking away from